Okay, I cannot believe that we are here. I felt like this night was never gonna happen. Just wanted to get that all out of my system. But here's my spoiler-free review for Superman. Now, this is the start of the new DCU led by James Gunn and Peter Safran, and we're starting with like who better to start with than Superman? I mean, like, come on, who better to start with? So basically, in this movie, it's like we're at we're Clark Kent's third year as Superman, and at the start of this movie, and then like the synopsis said, he's struggling to find the balance between his Kryptonian heritage and his human upbringing. So that is the synopsis without giving anything away. Now let's go ahead and get right to the man of the hour, David Cornsweet. Um, right when they cast him, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I like the choice. You know, he's an amazing actor, and I look at him, I see it. He did not disappoint. Like, he basically flew over my expectations of his portrayal as Superman and Clark Kent. Like, he did a really, really good job carrying this movie on those muscular shoulders of his. I mean, good job, man. Good job. You did awesome if you're watching this video. And Rachel Brosnahan, she is Lois Lane. Like, it's insane. I mean, I had a lot of confidence. I didn't know who she was like prior to being cast. And when they announced her along with David, I look at her, I'm like, I see Lois when I look at her. And I got a little bit of an idea of her as an actress in Marvel's Mrs. Maisel. Like, I think she'll do good. And she was phenomenal as Lois Lane. She fits the character better than Amy Adams did. And that's no disrespect to Amy Adams. I mean, she's a good actress, but Rachel really embodied Lois Lane. Like, she did a great job. Nicholas Hoult, I wasn't sure how I felt about him as Lex Luthor at first, but he said, "You know what? It can't be any like worse than Jesse Eisenberg. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg is and he's a good actor. That's not saying that he's a terrible actor, but he is not a good choice for Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult is the polar opposite. Like, he is a menace. He is definitely a pure, unapologetic hater. It's insane. And I loved how in this movie, it feels like rather than pulling these characters into our world, like how many adaptations have done prior to this, now we're being pulled into their world. Like, we're in Metropolis, and if you feel like you are in Metropolis, you feel like you're stepping into Superman the animated series. Like, it feels like that's been turned over into live action. Like, I really loved that. And I loved how vibrant the movie is. I loved how it's colorful. Like, I mean, you're in Superman's world where it's bright and hopeful, and it leans into that. The tone is there, and it's not apologizing for it, and it's not afraid to be humorous when it needs to, even though I feel like they overstep the humor just a little bit. I mean, just a little bit, not to the point where it's as jokey as Peacemaker or Suicide Squad or any of that. But it does have its moments, and there are some moments where I'm like, you didn't really need to throw a joke in there at that moment or whatnot. Okay, but still, I enjoyed the movie, and Crypto is adorable as all hell. I mean, like, he brings hell, but he has a good heart, and like, even though he just needs to take it down a notch. I mean, come on, Crypto. I mean, like, we love you, but come on. But and with the other supporting characters like Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, all those actors brought their characters to life wonderfully. And it was cool to see each of them in a live action movie. None of them got a chance to do that. And James Gunn is good for taking characters that seem like they will never get to be in on the big screen, and he's just like, you know what, time to change that. And though I feel like some of these characters, if you took them out of the movie, it would have helped. Like, this is where I get into little nitpicks, like where the movie feel like the pacing was a little too fast. Like, I feel like if you slowed the pacing down, the movie would progress a lot better. And I feel like if you take some of these characters, like Guy Garner and Hawk Girl, for example, if you push them aside and then save them for another movie, then this movie could have flowed a lot better. Where, if I mean, I enjoyed myself. Like, I enjoyed seeing Superman being Superman, like where he was more focused on saving lives rather than punching whatever villain that he was going up against and such like that. But the pacing needed to slow down. I feel like this movie needed to be longer. If it was a longer movie, I feel like that would have helped the pacing of the movie. And what the story that they were trying to tell would have been fleshed out a little better. But I still had a good time with it, and I'm still marinating this movie. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that it's here, that we brought back Superman to being Superman. And though I feel like I wish that it was a longer movie, for, like, to put it, like, simply, it needed to be a longer movie. And oddly enough, 2 hours and 9 minutes was not long enough for me. But still, with all the positives being thrown into the mix, I'm going to give this movie, like, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. Like, it's definitely a fun Superman movie for sure. But I'll get into more details in my spoiler video, which I'm going to probably upload. I'm going to record them back to back, but I'm going to upload this video on, like, right now at the recording of it. And then I'm just going to upload the spoiler video about, like, maybe Friday or Saturday, like, where it's actually playing everywhere. I got to see the early screening, and so that was a fun experience. Thank you, everybody who put that together. Amazon Prime, James Gunn, like, thank you again. But still, yeah, this was a fun movie. Definitely a fun movie. Don't mind my cat. Like, he's nagging me to play fetch with him. Like, it's insane. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Superman. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. No spoilers. Save those for the spoiler video, okay? Save those for the spoiler video. And if you're a Snyder hater or whatnot, this video is not for you. But if you have a valid opinion, let's talk about it. Otherwise, don't go in here just for the sake of being a hater. Come on now. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure you thumb it up, click subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. But okay, let me stop here. But as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which is going to be my spoiler video. So until then, later.